These are just 3 counties, Schenectady, Saratoga, and Fulton County, and they're north of $500,000. Again, this is, I think, for elections and getting people out to vote, the mother of all unfunded mandates. And totally falls on the side of our colleagues on the other side of the aisle, confirmed by the highest court in the land, the Court of Appeals in New York State, that what they did was unconstitutional. If anybody has any questions, I'm sure they know a lot more than we know about absentee ballots and military votes and things of that nature. If you have any questions, I'm sure they'd be able to try to answer them. Some of them they can't answer because we don't actually know what's going to happen in the future. So we'll take any questions that you may have.
Depending on how this all works out, what's the plan for communicating this to voters? That there's going to be potentially 2 primaries, maybe statewide, maybe assembly, maybe state senate in August and congressional in August. How will voters be aware that all this is happening?
We're going to have a press conference on the 3rd floor of the Capitol. Oh, we're already here. That's right. No, we're trying to spread the word as best we can. I mean, we have newsletters we send out, and if it's timely enough and we can get those out, we're going to let them know what's taking place. Certainly, you know, whenever I can talk about this in the media to get the views out through any media outlet, we're trying to let them know that call your elected officials and say, we don't need this actually. We can have 1 primary date in August. We can even maybe sneak it through in June, but we certainly should not put it on the backs of our local taxpayers. As I said, they broke it. They have to fix it, and not on the backs financially of the people we represent. We have enough taxes in New York State. As you know, we lost 319,000 people who walked out of the state last year. There's got to be a reason for that. The Empire State, who did a poll a while back, said that was the #1 reason, taxes in the revenue we bring in and the way we spend it. So in this particular case, there's no need for it. They had a $220 billion spending plan, billions from the federal government. You broke it, you fix it, you pay for it. And I think what I'm hearing in the grocery store are my taxpayers want that, and we're all hearing that. So we're going to try to get use the bully pulpit. We don't have the numbers, as you know. There's one voice from one political affiliation, from one region of the state, who controls all levers of power right now. And we think a part of their concern for this gerrymandering, they wanted to hedge their bets, because I see a redness coming across in a wave in this next election. And we're hopeful that voice will stand stronger than it's ever stood before. And we need competing voices. I think we've seen what one voice can, how they can impact the state of New York in a variety of ways. So any way we can talk about it, any way we can get that message across to our colleagues. And I mean, they have taxpayers too. If they're not concerned about $25 million extended to them for an extra election, then what are they here for? That's the question. I don't know if any of you guys want to say anything.
I think you covered it pretty well. For the elections commissioner, so we've had 2 primaries before in the past, 1 for federal, congressional races, and for state. Why is it different this year? Redistricting notwithstanding, does this year present bigger challenges than prior years?
I think that the main reason is we did not expect it. So certainly when you're coming up on a presidential year and there are those 2 elections in place, you plan for it. You've made you've put monies together, you budgeted, and you've staffed or recruited and things of that nature. For me to answer it, it's just that it was not expected.
Well, it certainly wasn't expected, but in addition, we have the early voting period before the elections. When the primaries were combined in 2019, there was no early voting. That didn't take place until the general election in 19. So now we have all of that additional expenses. It's dependent upon the number of voters and so on, how much early voting you have to provide, but it's a material expense. And again, it's a logistical problem because it's in different places in the county and you need a certain number of people and equipment, and there's so many moving parts to this, and it's more and more every year. And there's more things going on at the same time.
Anybody have anything else? Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh,
thank you.